yellow trim. Goldie out there again in the blue unis with white numbers, lightning spelled out on the front breast, and Noel Hightower wins the opening tip over the big guy Elijah Tillman, who I don't think he got a lot of airtime on that jump. Dickson between the circles, goes right around the Yiljep screen. Hightower right wing, 20 on the shot clock, drives right, cut off. McWade between the circles, nearly lost it. Far side, Isaac being hounded by Wilson, saves it at the half-court line. The calls were for a backcourt violation, but it was tipped. Hightower inside, finishes right in front of the tip with the right hand.
And a good job by Demetrius Isaac, able to dish it off to Hightower in the paint, find the wide open Hightower for the bucket.
So here is Lane running the point. Captain on this team. Senior point guard, a transfer. Right back for Lane, left corner. They'll post up Tillman, left block. The Griffins come with the double. Can't finish, a little bit too strong. Working on McWade. They came with the double, and still, Tillman got a pretty good look. Big time size advantage. Yiljep right corner, drives right baseline, hop step inside, off to the left. Rebound by Hightower, swatted on the foul by Tillman. Shot clock did not reset as Yiljep has it. Dickson jacks a three, too short, in and out from straight on. Rebound for Goldie and Samin Sweet. Here's Swint between the circles. Man-to-man D early on from the Griffins. McWade is darting Tillman early on, but they came with a double on Tillman's first touch. Dickson strips Swint, and here comes Isaac, 3-on-2. No look pass for Hightower, right of the hoop, and lays it in. Griffins running. They're always at their best when they run, and Hightower has the first 4 points of the game. Griffins on top 4-0. 18:20 to go in the opening half.
And a good job by Dickson on the defensive end with his active hands, able to knock the ball loose and cause the turnover and the fast break points.
And on the other end, Tate puts in a three on the assist from Elijah Tillman. Got the handoff up high from the big man. It's 4-3 early on. Man-to-man D from Goldey-Beacom. Hightower left wing. Hits a cutting Dickson down low, goes up and hits. From 6 feet on the turnaround. Dixon got loose down low. It's 6-3.
And a quick pass and shot from Dickson, able to find some space down in the paint. It looked like he was surrounded by 3 guys at the same time, but he was able to put the shot up quick enough to able to hit the layup.
Lane nearly traveled, but driving inside and hitting his Tate. As he drove from straight on to the right and finished off glass. Lane stopped playing for a second. I thought he was going to get called for a carry. So did he. Now Isaac at the other end. Called for a push-off. And the ball will go the other way. That's the first foul of the game. 6-5 early on. 17:26 to go in the opening half. Griffins on top. Looks like Tate is adjusting his pants, so they'll allow him to do that. And now they inbound the ball. That is Corey Tate, freshman guard out of Jersey. Working it up court, right to left. Isaac playing him aggressively. Right wing Wilson, the leading scorer for this team, drives right baseline, and that's a push-off. Good defense by Noel Hightower, stayed on him. Wilson tried to fade away for the pull-up from mid-range, but he used the free arm, the left arm, to push off of Hightower. That's the offensive foul. Left to right, it's Isaac. Dixon going around the screen. Instead he goes left for Hightower, left wing. Holds 16 on the shot clock. Looking for Yiljep left wing. Couple shot fakes. McWade jacks it. Got it to go. Left corner three from McWade with a man right in his face. And it's 9-5.
That was Tillman up in his face, and kind of surprising to be able to see the big man, 310 pounds, able to move that quick, able to get out to the three-point line and defend the shot.
16:35 to go. In the opening half, deep two on the way, too strong from Wilson. Rebound for Yiljep. Dixon near side, left to right. Lane nearly took it away. Swinging around the perimeter, Yiljep an open look, too strong from three in the right wing. Soaring for the board is Wilson. Up ahead, Swint nearly lost it, threw it off of McWade out of bounds. And it stays with Goldie because of the heads-up play by Swint, who was running the floor, didn't handle the pass cleanly on the far side of the court. But as he fell out of bounds beyond the baseline, he threw it off of McWade. Now Swint will sit. We'll see Daniel Cooper, 6'4", 198 sophomore swingman out of Miami, Florida, for the first time today, said to be a plus athlete. Tate off the inbounds, right wing. Working on Dickson. McWade fell down as he crashed into Dickson. Lane open look, left wing three. Off to the left from the southpaw. Soaring for the board is Cooper. Shot fake, goes back up and banks it home on the foul off glass. 9-7. Under 16 to play in the opening half. Griffins on top. Dickson, the leading scorer for this team, with just over 18-point game, 18 points per game. McWade right corner on the skip pass. Hightower attacks from the right elbow and finishes right in front of the cup. Hightower already with 6. Only averages 5.8 per game. 11-7, Griffins on top. Early on here. Conference matchup with Goldey-Beacom.
Hightower, usually known for his defensive efforts, with a nice tall, lanky body, and able to get a couple nice easy layups in this game. Start off with Chestnut Hill.
Hightower picks up a foul on the perimeter. Kind of a disjointed possession there for Goldey-Beacom as Tate and Lane collided. Now Tillman will sit. Torrance in the game, another big guy, 6'6", 235. It's a broad-shouldered forward spinning in the lane through the hoop, but a travel. That was Shaquem Wilson, leading scorer for Goldey-Beacom at 16.3 per game. Drove from straight on, spun into the lane, and he took too many steps, didn't like the call, but he doesn't have a say in the matter. Goes to the Griffins, left to right, it's Demetrius Isaac. Yiljep has it, 35 feet away, middle of the floor. Yiljep getting his second career start and second consecutive start. Dickson right wing, jacks it up, too strong. McWade keeps it alive, far side, and saves it in the corner. Fresh 30 for the Griffins, and he passes out for Isaac. Griffins will reset, Jesse Balser calling out plays from the sideline. Isaac drives left, into the lane, circus shot, gets it to go from the left. Isaac darting inside, just a little guy at 5'8". He got some room. 13-7. Griffins on top, 14:28 to go. In the opening half, Torrance, left block. Isaac comes with a double and takes it away from Torrance. 3-on-2 for the Griffins. Isaac running the fast break. Hightower right on the floor, gets the shot to go and the foul. Noel Hightower already with 8. Has a chance to make it 9 with a free throw coming.
And Hightower's done a great job getting out on the fast break, and that's really where most of his buckets have been coming from, just being out there on the fast break, and just his height and speed and ability to finish at the rim, really just giving him a good start to this game.
Noel Hightower, 2 of those buckets have come in transition. He's only scored in double figures twice this year. Nearly banked home the free throw. Noel has really struggled from the line this year, under 50%. But he has 8 points. 15-7, the Griffins have doubled up Goldey-Beacom early on. Lane, now Tate, drives right baseline, nearly stripped from behind, goes to the other side of the hoop and passes back out. Swint, left wing, crossing over on Isaac, puts it up with the left and banks it home from 12. Difficult shot by Samin Swint, as he shot over the much smaller Isaac. But he got it to go, 15-9, 13:48 to go. Way to 3, Rainbow no good from the right corner. A little bit too strong.
He was wide open on that look. Could have took another second and taken his time, try to put up a better look than that.
Good look by Dickson to find him. Here's a 3 on the way. Too strong from Swint from the left wing. Keeping alive is Brown. And he was fouled on the foul, making Cooper. So Cooper going to the line for 2. That's his second offensive board. It'll go on Yiljep, his first. Tillman back in the game. Kind of brief break, or he was. Now I think he just sat again. Way off on the first. Whoa, by Cooper. Off to the left and too strong, too. Cooper, 3 of 12 from the line this year, now 3 of 13, and you can see why after seeing that first free throw attempt. Early on here between Chestnut Hill and Goldey-Beacom. Too short on the second from Cooper, but Torrance comes in with the board, but Everest takes it away from Torrance. Torrance had it momentarily right side of the hoop, but Everest stripped it. Lead is still 6 for the Griffins, 13-18 to go in the opening half. And off for Hightower between the circles, crosses over on Swint, attacks and is fouled. Shot wouldn't go.
And in my 4 years watching CHC basketball, I don't think I've ever seen Hightower play as an aggressive as this game as he's played at these opening minutes. Really trying to make a difference and do more on the offensive end.
Let's see if he can hit his free throws now. 0 for 1 from the line today. 7 of his last 22 at the line. And bricks the first. Noel was up over 50% for most of the year from the line, which isn't great, but it's bearable. But lately he's really, really slumped.
And that's really his weakness, not being able to finish at the free throw line. And it's really hurt the Griffins in previous games, especially when the game comes down to the line.
0 for 2 on that trip as the second was off left. So Hightower 0 for 3 at the line. See if he stays aggressive. Cooper up and down. Went up with it. Had Everest in his face playing good defense without fouling. And came back down without attempting a shot, so that's a travel. And it goes back to Chestnut Hill. Now Tillman back in the game. Tillman only averages just under 25 minutes per game. You can bet that's mostly a conditioning thing. McWade throws it away near side. He thought Isaac was going to back out and reset. Instead, Isaac tried to cut to the hoop and there was nobody there. Now the two teams trade turnovers. Goes back to Goldey-Beacom. It's Wayne being played aggressively from Dickson. Man-to-man D from the Griffins. They haven't zoned at all so far. Really didn't against Bloomfield either. So perhaps that is out of their game plan. We'll see. Swint right wing, drives inside lane, a deep 2. Too short from the right corner. And McWade with the board for the Griffins. Right wing's Dickson. Lane played him aggressively, so he couldn't get that 3 in transition. Everest a deep 2 and gets it to go. Gerald Everest from 18 feet. Probably the deepest shot he's hit all season. And it stretches the Griffins' lead to 17-9. 12:06 to go. In the opening half. Foul down low. So looks like it'll go against Everest at will, who is guarding Tillman. If you had to pick a guy on the Griffins to guard Tillman one-on-one, I suppose it would be Everest, but even with Everest in the game at 6'6", it's still a pretty hefty size disadvantage. Tate to inbound, right of the hoop. LeBon All checks into the game for the first time today. Very solid off the bench of lately, has LeBon All. 10.6 points per game his last 5 as his minutes have gone up, so has his production. Tate up high, drives inside, cut off, Brown attacking, no good. Naked Cooper will go to the line for 2, where he is a porous free throw shooter. So it's not a bad idea to send him to the line. As he drove to the right of the hoop, he's 0 for 2 today, and quite frankly, neither of the attempts were close so far. Harris Ridgeway Higgs also in the game now for Goldey-Beacom. His first action of the game, a little guy, 5-time junior guard out of Newcastle, Delaware, as Cooper calmly hit the first. Nothing but net on the first. And it's the second, too. You look at those two and you wonder why he's so bad from the line. That was nice and easy. Cooper now 2 for 4 from the line. Cut it back to a 6-point game. Griffins on top, 11:40 to go in the opening half. Wade right corner. Swint on him, drives right baseline, cut off by Tillman. Back out Isaac. Drives from the top of the key. He's cut off by Tate. Toplin in the game for the first time. Deep left wing, 7 on the clock. Everest 18 feet away, left wing. He threw it away, looking for a cutting Toplin in the lane. Stolen by Cooper. Ridgeway Higgs holds, right wing, all on him. They'll post up Tillman, right block, and Everest bumped him before he got the shot up attempt. That's the second foul on Everest. Sixth foul on the Griffins. I beg your pardon, that's Everest's 3rd, which is worrisome. Now we'll have to sit. Swint right wing, works left around to Tillman's screen, goes back for Tillman right of the hoop, and he bangs it in with the right hand.
And immediately when Everest goes to the bench, you see the impact of Tillman hitting the easy layup. Now with no one out there to defend him, he might go on a bit of a run now.
Isaac looking to answer, rejected by Tillman as he drove to the left of the hoop. 5-on-4 as Isaac is down behind the play. Ridgway Higgs in the lane, Swint, partially blocked by Toplin. And coming away with it is Cooper. Goldey-Beacom will reset. Great play by Toplin to negate what likely would have been an easy two. Ridgway Higgs left around a Cooper screen. Isaac on him, over to the left wing, 8 on the clock. 6 on the clock, a lot of dribbling. Ridgway Higgs into the lane, kicks back out, 3 from Swint, got it. With the shot clock winding down, and Samin Swint from the right wing. Now 17-16, just a 1-point game. Griffins on top. 10:15 to go. In the opening half as Luke Dickson gets set to check in at the next whistle. On all left wing, goes right around the Toplin screen, dancing on his man. Hightower right wing. Left corner McWade, open look, book it. McWade answers from the left corner. Lead back to 4 for the Griffins, under 10 to play in the opening half. Ridgway Higgs crosses the timeline, right to left with all on him. Swing to left corner. Tillman double down low, comes up short from the left block. Hightower with the board. I think he might have been triple teamed that time. Isaac drives left baseline. Cut off, and he'll swing it back around the perimeter. A little reset with 18 on the shot clock. McWade thought about it, right wing, drives past Tillman, cut off at the free throw line. Hightower now all straight on a 3. Line drive too short. Foul underneath on the follow on Hightower as he went for the board. He pulled down Cooper. Second on Hightower. 7th on the Griffins. So that will send, the officials are discussing it, but it should, and yeah, we'll send Cooper to the line for a 1-and-1. Actually, we're substituting Cooper out of the game. The officials had to go back to the bench and get it back to the free throw line. So if he hits both free throws, Torrance will come in for him. Cooper 2 for 4 from the line today, at the line for a 1-and-1. And hits. So after starting off 0 for 2, Cooper now 3 for his last 3. Came into the game 3 of 12 on the season from the line. 20-17 the score. Griffins on top. 9:21 to go in the opening half. Doc P. Yiljet back in the game now. Cooper holds the ball in front, puts up his second. That's good as well. So Cooper all of a sudden 4 of 6 from the line and has more than doubled his free throw total. Came in having made just 3 on the entire season.
Yeah, I think he put a little more arc on his shot after the first couple of misses, and I think that's really contributed to the makes that he's made.
It's got to be a mental thing. Again, his stroke is not bad. 20-18. Griffins on top by 2. 18 on the clock. Dickson back in the game between the circles. Works to the left. Gives it for Toplin. Straight on jumper. Got it. Top of the key jumper from Toplin, who has range out to 18 feet. On the pick and pop with Dickson. 22-18. Griffins on top. Under 9 to play in the opening half. Torrance left wing. Toplin out on him. Tillman down low. Comes up short with a baby hook. From the left block with McWade on him. Toplin is down behind the play. He came away with the board. All the other way is fouled right of the hoop. And he'll go to the line for 2. Toplin, they were checking on him. Jesse Balser at the Chestnut Hill bench. He flashed a thumbs up. Just stretching himself out a little bit. Griffin's going pretty big right now with Tillman in the game. And Evers is on the bench because of foul trouble. But Toplin, Yiljet, and McWade, all 6'5 plus, as all rims out the first free throw. Griffin's not a big team, so again, that is their version of a big lineup. Ridgway Higgs sits, Tate back in. All at the line for the second of 2. He missed the first. And the freshman hits the second. And a timeout taken by Jesse Balser and the Griffins. Just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. It's 23-18 Griffins, 8:39 to go. In the opening half, in what has been, I think, what we expected at least, and the fact that it's been a pretty fast-paced game so far. Not too much dribbling, a lot of transition play. It has been aesthetically pleasing, I guess we'd call it so far.
It has been fun to watch for sure, and Chestnut coming out with a nice momentum, a little bit of a run with the Hightowers, a couple fast break layups. Now it's kind of slowing down. Teams are kind of getting more comfortable with each other, and the game's definitely become a little more back and forth now.
Settling into a rhythm now, if you will. Griffins, one early stat to note, just 1 of 5 from the free throw line early on. That's something they'll likely need to improve on. So it's Goldey-Beacom ball out of the timeout. It's Tate walking it up court right to left. Goldey-Beacom in the road blues, white and yellow trim. Griffins counter in the home whites, red and yellow trim. Swint, step back jumper, too strong from the top of the key. Top on the board at the elbow, but lost it out of bounds. He kind of ran into McWade, dropped the ball down low, and then it rolled out of bounds beyond the bucket. That's an unforced error. And it goes to Goldey-Beacom. Swint to inbound. Gets it in for Tate, right wing. Goes left around a Tillman screen. Gives it to him on the pick and pop. Fires away. Gets it to go. Soft touch from 18 in the right baseline. How about the big man stepping outside there? It's all holding between the circles. That's McWade. Top of the key. Now all right wing. Played aggressively by Wilson, who's been quiet so far. Dickson goes right around the top of the screen from the top of the key. Ball's knocked out of bounds. It stays with the Griffins as Dickson looks for McWade in the near corner. All to inbound. It's Toplin right wing. Giljep left wing. 8 on the clock. Dickson jacks it up. Got it to go. First points of the game for Luke Dickson. A right wing 3. And he gets a nice chorus of Lukes from the crowd. This Luke Dickson's first home game since scoring 1,000 points on the road against Bloomfield. 26-20, Griffins on top, 7:24 to go. In the opening half, Swint. Now Tillman left block, goes up with the right and hits over McWade, who just isn't big enough to contest the big man down low. Made that look pretty easy. Spun into the middle and hit with the baby hook. 26-22 as we come up on 7 to play. In the opening half, all dancing on the outside, finds McWade deep left wing, back for all right wing, 14 on the clock, drives right baseline, skip past Giljep, left corner, puts it on the deck. Dickson, handoff for him, left corner, he's doubled all. Left block fades away over Tillman and hits from 12 feet on the left baseline. That was with the guy double his weight in his face. All makes his first bucket of the game. 28-22. Griffins up 6, 6:36 to go in the opening half. Between the circles, Dickson on him, 15 on the shot clock. Tillman, right block, Dickson comes with double, knocked it out of his hands, but Torrance saves it. Torrance nearly loses it, right elbow, bullet pass inside off the hands of Wilson, stolen by all. Up ahead for Toplin, tried to jam it, but was fouled from behind. Torrance got it. Good defensive possession by the Griffins. Knocked it out of Tillman's hands and then stole it from Torrance when he recovered. And it leads to 2 free throws at the other end for Antonio Toplin. Too strong on the first, though, is Antonio. Cooper back into the game. For Goldey-Beacom, Torrance will sit. Second from Toplin is good. From the southpaw. Stretches the lead to 7. 6:15 to go in the opening half. Lead has been as large as 8 for the Griffins. They've led pretty much throughout. Swint, shot fake, right wing, drives right baseline on Giljep, shot partially blocked. Keeping it alive is Tillman, goes back up, left of the hoop, can't finish, and Giljep comes away with the board. That time, the big man Tillman can't finish in traffic. Right corner, shot fake, McWade to the hoop, and he finishes on the circus layup with the left from the right of the hoop. Lead is at 9, largest of the game for the Griffins, 5:40 to go in the opening half. Tate, left wing, goes right around the Cooper screen, looking for help. Takes it inside and kicks back out for Swint. Deep right wing. Gives it to Tillman on the pick and roll, and Tillman finishes right at the hoop. Tillman, anytime he gets his feet set, not a shot attempt about 8 or 10 feet away. It's just about automatic. 61-24. Griffins on top, 5:10 on a running clock. In the opening half, Hall, right wing, had a screen set up from Toplin, doesn't use it. Wild skip pass saved by Yiljep, left wing, kicks for McWade. All right wing, had an open look, finds Dickson, drives right baseline, fades away and hits from 16 and the right baseline. 33-24. Griffins up 9 and a timeout taken by Chuck Hammond and Goldey-Beacom with the Griffins up 9, 33-24, 4:48 to go. In the opening half, it's a full timeout, so we'll step out for a second and be back with more first half action.
Food and drink are not allowed inside the arena, but there are screens set up in the lobby so you can watch the game while you enjoy your snacks. In the game for Goldey-Beacom number 2, Darrell Lane, and in the game for Griffins number 2, Demetrius Isaac.
Keith Sobrato back here alongside Nick Fratto on ESPNNorthernsport.com. Game 2 of a doubleheader between the Griffins and Lightning. Goldey-Beacom, Griffins on top. 33-24. Tillman lost it down low on the left block, and here comes Toplin. Toplin nearly lost the handle, so he has to pass out. Ball tipped out of bounds off of Dickson last near side. And Jesse Balser is arguing that he was knocked out by a Lightning player. Thought he had an argument there, but Dickson isn't arguing that he was the one who had the ball, so that's a turnover after Goldey-Beacom had turned it over themselves. 4:22 on a running clock. The opening half, Tate drives right to the hoop, flips it up, too short, gets his own follow, but it's too strong on the tip. On the right of the hoop, and here comes Dickson, left to right, finds Toplin, who jams it with the left hand. Good look by Dickson to find a cutting Toplin in transition. And he slammed it from the left of the hoop, the largest lead of the game, 11 points. 35-24, Griffins on top, under 4 to play in the opening half. Tate gets a high screen from Tillman between the circles, worms his way in, too strong with the right from the left of the hoop, but Tillman gets the follow off glass. Tillman now has a game-high 10. He's been difficult to stop down low. Right corner all, cut off by Brown, and that'll be a foul. Or rather, Cooper. That'll be a foul on Cooper. Blocking foul, 16 foul on Goldey-Beacom. I'll have a substitution here. Rashid Shimu in the game. Bench player, plays sparingly typically. And off for Dickson between the circles, goes right around the Toplin screen, fires away and hits. Call that a deep 2, foot on the line, 37-26. Griffins on top, 3:20 to go. And the opening half. Cooper between the circles, working on Toplin, crosses over, jacks a deep 2, too short on the rainbow from the top of the key. Here comes Dickson, left to right in a rush. Dickson looking to run, feeds Yiljep left wing, cut off by Cooper. And Dickson will reset with 20 on the shot clock, walks it over. Between the circles, handoff for Isaac up high, goes right around a Toplin screen, tries to split the double, lost the ball, loose on the deck. Who has it? Gonna have a foul call. Nope, they'll call a jump ball. Said Tillman and Toplin had it. Alternating possession goes to Goldey-Beacom. Deep right wing, it's Tate spinning on All, and All tripped him down. That'll be a foul, and that will send Tate to the line for a 1-and-1. Tate, the second leading scorer on this team, 14.1 per game. Has 5 so far. Shaquem Wilson comes in averaging 16.3, has yet to score, and he's been on the bench with 2 fouls for the majority of the half. Tate hits the first. 37-27, back to 10 points for the Griffins. Shooting 66.7 from the field so far. Only 2 of 7 from the line, but the field goal percentage makes up for it. Tate's second is good as well. Now the score is 37-28. Griffins on top, 2:40 to go in the opening half. Big CACC conference matchup for both teams. Deep right wing, it's All crossing over on Shimu into the lane, partially rejected by Cooper. Tillman comes away with the board. Tate fouled by All, and he's not happy about it. It's LeBon All. That will send Tate back to the line. Tate is very adept at drawing fouls. That was a somewhat minimal amount of contact made by LeBon All, but Tate drew it. He's back at the line for another 1-and-1.
Bit of a frustration foul from the freshman, LeBron Hall. Coach Bowser patting him on the back and encouraging him to try to be smarter and not make those kind of fouls.
Now All with the 2 quick fouls will have to sit with 3 points. As Tate hits the front end, he got the friendly roll. That's the roll on the second as well. So Tate, 4 for 4 from the line in the last 45 seconds. Now a 37-30 game, 2:14 to go. In the opening half, Griffins on top. McWade right corner, works left with the left hand on the perimeter. Up between the circles, looking for help. Hand off for Dickson between the circles. And he'll back out with Jarrell Lane on him. 8 on the clock. Keeps left wing Dickson. Tries to split the double, nearly lost it, got it back, 3 on the clock, forces it up, too strong. McWade, the offensive board, goes back up with the left air ball, but Tomlin finishes from the left of the hoop. That air ball from McWade essentially served as a pass. It went right to Tomlin, who finished all in one motion.
Bit of an interesting possession with Dixon's wild shot, Edward McWade's wild shot, and Tomlin able to clean it all up.
Tillman down low looking to answer, swatted by Tomlin, gets it backhand, finish, tipped again, a 4th time, and again, Tillman on the 5th try got it to go. I think one of those tips was actually by Tomlin, but it almost went in any event. So Tillman given probably 3 offensive boards there. 39-32, Griffins on top as we come up on a minute to play in the opening half. Size matters, I suppose. Isaac deep left wing. Goes left baseline, inside, hits Yiljep, left of the hoop, and he gets it to go off glass. Not P. Yiljep. His first points of the game. 41-32. Here's a deep 2, too short from Tate. He flopped to the 4, trying to draw the charge, gets it back on the offensive board, a 3, too strong right corner, and Tillman and over the back on McWade as he went for the board. So Tate, 2 pretty good looks that possession. First one in transition and the second off the offensive rebound, but he misses both. And that will send McWade now to the line for a 1-and-1. Because now Goldey-Beacom is in the penalty. So the Griffins shooting their first 1-and-1. McWade at the line, up 9. We apologize if we've been having any technical difficulties. Might have lost connection there for a second. Way too strong on the front end. Rebound for Tillman and Goldey-Beacom. 35 on the clock, about 11-second difference between shot and game clock. All rain, right wing, finds Tate. Now Tillman, right block. Wild pass off the hands of Lane, saved by Shimo, near side. 10 on the clock. Between the circles, it's Tate. 6 on the clock, works to left. Lane open look, but an offensive foul. as Tate kept going after he made the pass to Lane, and he barreled over Isaac. 41-32, Griffins on top. 15.6 to go in the opening half. Chestnut Hill can hold for the final possession. Isaac trotting it up court, left to right. 10 on the clock. They're looking for Dickson, who's coming around the screen. Instead it's McWade, deep left wing, 6 on the clock. Dickson left corner, 5 on the clock. Fadeaway 3. Air ball, Toplin saves it. 2 on the clock. Isaac, another fadeaway. Too short from the right wing as the shot clock expires. The game clock expires from 18 feet. So that is how the opening half will end. And it's been a good one for him.
So that'll be an interesting matchup. Tillman versus everyone else.
Yeah, basically. Tillman versus whoever the Griffins throw at him. So it's Griffins' ball to start the second. Right to left they come. And the home whites, red numbers, yellow trim on the front and back. Red and yellow trim on the shorts and the waist. McWade nearly threw it away. Yiljep saves it right corner, and then he traveled. In traffic, Yiljep was running all over the place like a dog chasing his tail there as he tried to save that ball, and he couldn't. Set up by a poor pass by McWade that was nearly snuffed out by Tillman. So left to right, it's Jarrell Lane. Goldey-Beacom in the road blues, white numbers with yellow trim on the numbers, yellow trim on the shorts. And around the armpits, Tillman left block. Working on McWade, spins inside, but blew the bunny. And then Yiljep crashes to the deck hard. As he went for the rebound, he got low-bridged by Tillman.
Well, that was shocking. Tillman on a nice spin move out of the...
Tremendous move, quick feet.
It was great.
Yeah.
He really is quick with his feet and able to spin out of a double team, have a wide open look at a layup and just overshoot it. That was interesting.
I think he's used to having 2 or 3 guys on him, so when he got wide open, I'm not sure if he knew what to do. But the Griffins go with the same starting 5 that they went with in the first half. It's Hightower as it now, Yiljep, Dickson, McWade, and Demetrius Isaac. Hightower, who had 8 in the first, finds Yiljep up high, shot fake to the hoop, came up short on the layup, but he was fouled. Went for the finger roll to Doc P. Yiljep, and he'll go to the line at 4-2. That's a very good sign to see him attacking the bucket, which is not something the freshman, even though he's very athletic, does often. He generally stays on the perimeter and jacks up jumpers.
Yeah, terrific move by Yiljep, driving right down the center of the lane and almost finished the layup, but nevertheless taking the foul and able to go to the line.
Yiljep at the line, getting his second consecutive start, rims out. First free throw, Doc P. Yiljep. 11 points in 16 minutes versus Bloomfield in his first collegiate start. That was on Friday. Second collegiate start here today, and he hits the free throw. It's been relatively quiet. Now has 3 points. Left to right, it's Tate. Lane, Wilson, Tate, Tillman, and Swint. Wilson shut out in the first. From the free throw line, pull up off to the right. Tillman the follow, too short. McWade lost it, saves it near corner before it rolled out of bounds, and it's McWade right to left. Behind the back dribble at the top of the key to the hoop. Too short on the layup with the left. And Lane comes away with it left to right for Goldey-Beacom. Left baseline, darting inside. Swint, then he finishes over the contest of Hightower. 42-34, that's the first bucket of the second half. Lead back to 8, just underway here in the second. Griffins on top. Isaac left wing, goes left around a Yiljep screen into the corner, and that's a foul on Tillman. His second of the second half. That's his third, so that's something to watch. Tillman, the big man, played 18 minutes in the first half, and now he's making the slow walk back to the bench. So he will sit because of the foul trouble. And now we will see Daniel Cooper for the first time in the second half. Isaac to inbound, right of the hoop. Looking, and finds Dickson near left corner. Guarded tightly by Lane. Skip pass, McWade, right wing, he holds. Handoff for Isaac, darts inside to the hoop. Let's see which way it goes, and it's an offensive foul. That's the second foul on Demetrius Isaac. Only 2 points with 5 assists in the first half. Left to right it to Lane. Griffins up by 8. Just over 2 minutes into the second half. It's Wilson between the circles. Tate darting inside and was fouled before the shot as he drove right baseline.
His first.
Second foul on the Griffins. Cooper to inbound. Left of the hoop. Gets it in the corner for Lane. Shot clock resets because of the foul, so it's at 26. Wilson driving right baseline, cut off, and he'll swing it back around the perimeter. It's Tate. There's a screen. Up high, spins at the free throw line, in and out. So he went around the screen from Cooper, but couldn't finish on the good look. Isaac in a rush, stripped by Lane. Yiljep saves it, extra look. Dickson, a 3. Book it. Luke Dickson. Kind of a disjointed possession. The ball changed hands a couple of times, but it freed up Dickson on the look from Hightower on the left wing. And the lead is back to 11 as we come up on 17 to play in the second. And a man D from the Griffins. They haven't played any zone in this game despite the presence of Tillman. Wilson trying to work over Hightower from the right wing. Good defense is cut off. Lane driving from the left wing, forces it up with the left off the side of the hoop, but the foul was good from Cooper from the right of the hoop. Wild shot by Lane. Barely hit the backboard. But Cooper cleaned it up. 45-36. 16:38 to go. And the second half, Griffins on top. Left wing Yiljep thought about it. McWade fouled as he tried to drive inside from the left baseline. Second foul on Swint. Third on Goldey-Beacom. Isaac to inbound. Right of the hoop. Does so between the circles for McWade, who had to take the ball away from Swint like a wide receiver. And the foul goes on Swint. That was dangerous by Isaac. He lobbed it nearly all the way to midcourt. McWade, good job to go up over Swint. That looked like Greg Olson over Patrick Peterson. Right to left, it's Isaac. Shot clock resets because of the foul. Dickson calling for the ball as he runs around a screen, doesn't get it. Hightower left wing, between the circles, Isaac. Isaac over the right wing has a screen from McWade, doesn't use it. McWade between the circles. Dickson still calling for it, hasn't touched it yet. Hightower driving diagonally in the lane. Yiljep left elbow off to the left. Rebound for Cooper and Goldey-Beacom. Cooper between the circles. Hands off for Wilson, deep right wing. Wilson still looking for his first points of the game. Darts inside, forces it up with the right, off to the left, gets his own miss. Can't finish on the follow, but a foul. See if it's a shooting foul or not. It's on Ed McWade. That's his first. And third on the Griffins, and it is a shooting foul. So Wilson to the line after he corralled his own miss. Looking for his first points of the game. I don't have the stat readily available in front of me, but if I was a betting man, I'd say this is the longest Wilson has gone without scoring all season. He breaks the duck as he hits the first free throw. Wilson averages 16.3 per game, 39.7% from deep. Best three-point shooter for Goldey-Beacom. He had been shut out before that free throw at the line for the second of 2 and hits that as well. Now it's 45-38, back to a 7-point game. Griffins on top, 15:47 to go. In the second half, and now Goldey-Beacom pressing for the first time as they try to get back into it. Yiljep far side, breaks the press right to left, and finds Isaac in the front court. Isaac, hesitation move, rejected by Cooper. Out of bounds, beyond the baseline. Isaac got the handoff from Yiljep in the short right corner, darted inside and was rejected. Dickson between the circles, he'll back out and reset with 18 on the shot clock. Over to the left wing with the left hand. Dickson, stutter step move, too short from 18 in the left wing. Yiljep finishes on the follow as he got Tate up in the air on a nice ball fake. 47-38, 15:18 to go. In the second half, Griffins on top. They've led wire to wire so far. Haven't been able to say that many times this year. Cooper drives inside from the left wing, rejected by Yoljep, and here comes Hightower in a rush right to left. Hightower tripped from behind, and that's a foul. Griffins had numbers, so that's really not a bad foul by Goldey-Beacom.
Yeah, it looked like Hightower had it all by himself on the fast break that time.
That is the 6th on Goldey-Beacom, I believe. Tough to actually see the scoreboard from our vantage point. Isaac deep right wing holds. 22 on the clock. Hightower handoff between the circles, looking for Isaac. Picks up his dribble, looking for help. Deep right wing, finds McWade. Right elbow, Dickson handoff, right corner three, too short. Soaring for the board is Wilson, and he's fouled. Oh, they'll call the foul on Wilson and Goldey-Beacom. Wilson can't believe it. And I just heard Chuck Hammond let out a yell, and he can't believe it either. Wilson's been in foul trouble all game, now with 3. He'll stay in the game, and that's the 7th. Now Goldey-Beacom, Hightower at the line for a 1-on-1, and he banks it home. He's got a smile on his face. I don't think he meant to do that, but it counts anyway. So that's the first free throw of the game for Noel Hightower. Now has 9 points, 1 of 4 at the line. Second free throw is good. 2 for 2 that time for Noel. That's the first time he's in double digits with 10 points in this calendar year. Hadn't scored in double figures since November 28th.
Probably hasn't hit 2 free throws in a whole calendar year either.
You're probably right. Maybe not since last season. 49-38. Griffins on top. 14:25 to go in the second. Around the screen, it's Tate. Finds Lane right wing. Back to the basket, Swint, right block, working on Yoljep, forces it up and in with the left in the lane, and a timeout taken by Chuck Hammond. Just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. 49-40, 14:15 to go. In the second half, the Griffins trying to inch this lead out. It was 9 at the break. They've gotten it as wide as 11 here in the second, but no further so far, as Goldey-Beacom doing just enough right now to stay in it, even with Tillman on the bench. For Goldey-Beacom, it's been Tillman leading the way with 12. Swint now has 9 after that last bucket. Tate has 9 as well. And Wilson still with just 2. The Griffins, Luke Dickson has a game-high 12. Tied with Tillman for the game high with 12, and Noel Hightower has those 10. And 4 rebounds. If he can get 6 more rebounds, he'll have his first double-double of the year. Hightower to inbound. Griffins will have to go the length of the floor. Goldey-Beacom pressing. Get it in for Dickson, 80 feet away, middle of the floor. And Goldey backs off. Right corner skip pass, Yoljep. In traffic, passes back out, Dickson. McWade, left wing 3, too strong, high rebound. Cooper takes it away from Yoljep. Tate trotting it up court, now picks up speed and passes back out for Lane. Wilson right wing. Hightower has smothered him all game. Wing Lane, holds the ball over his head. Dickson on him, Tate a 3, straight on, too short. Rebounds Hightower. Excellent contest by Isaac. The circles, Hightower, Yoljep open, left wing, puts it on the deck with the right, flips it up. Too strong with the right hand in the lane. Cooper comes away with the board, but Yoljep took it away, goes back up and finishes on the finger roll. Akpi Yoljep doing some of his best work of the season. 51-40. Griffins on top, 13-12 to go in the second half. Wilson beats Tate right wing 3. Off to the right, Yoljep with the board. Isaac right to left. Gonna run the fast break, cut off up high, goes left, feeds Dickson left baseline, 18 feet away. Lane hounding him, they come with the double, skip pass and it hit off the stanchion that holds up the backboard. That was kind of bad luck. It was a wild pass, but it may have found its target if it didn't hit that support, which kind of hangs over the court a bit.
Yeah, Dickson's been doing it all game, but doing those crazy cross-court passes, and usually able to find someone. Not that time, though.
But this is a Goldey-Beacom team that, as we said right at the top, they forced a ton of turnovers, almost 18 per game. The Griffins have only turned it over 9 times. So we can expect to see a heavy dose of pressure here in the second. We can bank on that. Now Tillman back in the game. Now we're seeing Khalil Keel for the first time today, and he fades away and hits from the top of the key. They'll call it a 3. Thought his foot may have been on the line. It was not. 51-43. 12:24 to go. In the second half, Griffins lead trimmed to 8. So Khalil Keel sat the entire first half, comes into the game, and immediately hits a 3. Dickson straight on, shot fake. Extra pass, McWade, left wing 3, book it. And McWade on the look by Dickson. They're so conscious of Dickson hitting 3s that they collapsed on him. It ended up being an easy look for McWade, 54-43. Cooper left block, spins on Toplin, doesn't get the roll, and Toplin comes away with the board. Dickson right to left. Good look, Toplin right of the hoop, and he lays it in. Soft touch off glass with the left hand.
A couple of nice dishes from Luke Dickson, able to get the assist on back-to-back possessions. And he was looking for McWade on the other 3-point attempt when McWade missed. Able to find McWade on a nice pass, and even with a hand in his face, McWade hits the 3. Big bucket for the Griffins.
Dickson does lead this team in assists, although he's obviously known more for his scoring. Muscling his way in, Keel, whistle and a foul, or rather a travel. It was either going to be a push-off on Keel, who extended the arm, or a travel. So Keel has been very aggressive since checking into the game. Now Tillman, after playing briefly, will sit. So Goldey-Beacom will press. They're down 13, 11-19 to go. In the second half, Griffins trying to hold on to this lead in what would be a big conference win. Isaac between the circles, has an open McWade left corner. Too strong from 3. Rebound for Torrance, who looks a little bit hobbled after that board. Torrance has it, left wing, jab step, top of the key jumper, rattles in and out. Rebound for Hightower and the Griffins. McWade left wing, crossing over on Torrance, spins in the lane and gets it to go. Off glass with the left. Little razzle-dazzle from Ed McWade, spun towards the baseline, went with the up and under move, got 2 defenders, not just 1 up in the air, and then laid it home nice and easy. 58-43, 15-point game, largest lead of the ball game for the Griffins, and a timeout on the floor with 10:44 to go.
Terrific move by McWade, able to get the spin move and pivot back and have both defenders way out of his way for the wide open layup.
McWade likes those spin moves. That's kind of his go-to when he gets the ball on the perimeter. And uses the up and unders very often as well when he gets the ball down low. So McWade showing some moves down low. It's a 15-point game, largest lead of the game for the Griffins. Ed McWade now has a game-high 13. On 5 of 10 shooting, 3 of 6 from deep, and 4 boards as well. Noel Hightower, 10 points, 6 boards, 4 away from his first double-double. Luke Dickson, 12 points, on 5 of 11 shooting, 2 of 7 from deep, and 5 assists as well. So one of his best games distributing in quite some time. Goldey-Beacom, Elijah Tillman, even though he's been nailed to the bench the last couple of minutes, still leads with 12 points and 9 boards, 1 point away, or 1 board rather, away from a double-double. The Goldey-Beacom ball out of the timeout. Tillman's still on the bench, so their 5 is Tate, Lane, Cooper, Torrance, and Keel. Griffins counter with Isaac, Dickson, Toplin, McWade, and Hightower.
Torrance still looks like he's dealing with some sort of nagging injury. We'll keep an eye on that going forward.
Now he doesn't look as bad. Before, when he was hobbled before coming up the court, didn't really seem to stop what he was looking to do offensively because he immediately took a jumper. Inside, Keel rejected by Toplin off the inbounds. Rebound for Hightower near side. Griffins have numbers. Hightower, Dickson left wing, blows by Tate to the hoop, rejected by Torrance. Dickson wanted a foul call, he didn't get it. Cooper right wing, skip pass into the left corner lane, around the perimeter keel, left wing, extra look Cooper behind him was the pass, but he saves it. He hands off for Tate right wing, drives inside and a foul before the shot. That'll be the 5th on the Griffins. Foul on Isaac, his 3rd. Now substitutions for Goldey-Beacom. Keel will sit after his brief appearance, and now Torrance, again, perhaps a bit hobbled, takes a seat as well. Wilson back in the game. He's really struggled, only 2 points. And Swint in as well. Tate between the circles. All on him. LeBron all seeing his first action of the second half. Cooper holds, top of the key. Kicks for Tate, left wing, running start, kicks back out lane, extra pass, Wilson a 3. Got it. Right corner 3 from Wilson, his first 3 of the game, the first shot he's hit in this game. His other 2 points came on free throws.
And that was a big 3 for Goldey-Beacom just to keep him in the game. They didn't hit that. Chestnut Hill was beginning to go on a bit of a run, and now just up 12 after the 3-pointer.
58-46, all looking to answer, in and out from the right corner. Long rebound tipped out. Wilson has it near side on the run. He's running at Dickson in the lane, forces it up. Too strong, but he was fouled. So 58-46 the score, 12 points. Wilson going to the line for 2 after the blocking foul by Dickson. That's his 3rd. We'll say it was not a shooting foul. Wilson did not get the continuation. 9:30 to go in the second. Tate right wing, all on him. Left around a Cooper screen, into the lane, flips it up with the right, too short, and goes out of bounds beyond the baseline off of Tate last, and it goes to the Griffins. Shot may have been partially blocked as it was way too short. Didn't come close to drawing iron on that floater from Tate. Now Goldey-Beacom will press again. It's Tate playing Dickson aggressively up court. They beat the press on a pass up court to Hightower near side. Jesse Balser calling out the plays as Dickson kills some clock at the logo. Tate on him, it's still Dickson with the ball. Toplin between the circles, Cooper out on him. Hightower, 5 on the clock, left wing, drives right by his man. Toplin stuffs it with the left. Set up by Noel Hightower, who blew right by Shaquem Wilson. And Toplin, his 2nd dunk of the game. This one coming from the left of the hoop.
Yeah, without Tillman on the floor for Goldey-Beacom, there's a huge difference in the presence of the post defense in the paint for Goldey-Beacom.
Now Lane loses the ball out of bounds, 60-46. Griffins on top, and they take possession. Tillman perhaps sitting because right now Goldey-Beacom wants to press and they want to force turnovers, and that's not really Tillman's game. Near side, Dickson trapped, finds Hightower middle of the floor, and he'll pass back out for Dickson. The Griffins will reset and kill a little bit of clock with 8:22 to go. Griffins in no rush here with a 14-point lead. Hightower right wing, 8 on the clock. Drives right on Wilson, hop step, McWade left corner 3. Got it. And McWade is for 3. He now has a game high 16. The lead swells to 17, the largest lead of the game. And Chuck Hammond sees this one slipping away. He wants a timeout to try to talk to his team. The Griffins on top, 63-46. They've led wire to wire so far. Let's see if they can protect this 17-point lead. We'll step out for a second. Be back with more second half action.
If they win, they would have led the entire game.
Yeah.
That might be the first one I've seen.
Sobrano and Nick Fratto back here with you on ESPN Williamsport.com inside Sorgenti Arena on the campus of Chestnut Hill College. Game 2 of the doubleheader between the Chestnut Hill Griffins and Goldey-Beacom Lightning. Griffins on top, 63-46. 8:02 to go. In the second half, Goldey swept the doubleheader on December 8th against the Griffin men and women. Now, Chestnut Hill trying to return the favor. Goldey-Beacom ball out of the timeout. Tillman back in the game, right block, nearly lost it. Skip past Wilson, a 3, got it. Shaquem Wilson, his second 3. He now has 8 points, starting to heat up a little bit after being blanked. In the opening half, lead back to 14, 63. 49, 7:32 to go. And the second half, McWade passes out. Deep left wing, it's Dickson. It'll back out to the logo with 12 on the clock. Griffins taking their time. Left wing Hightower, 8 on the clock. All running around the screen, but he wasn't open. Now all has it. Left wing, 5 on the clock. Tip nearly stolen. It's loose. Wilson saves it near corner as the shot clock expired. It was either a steal or a shot clock violation. It's a steal. Wilson left to right on the run to the hoop. Blows the easy layup right side of the hoop. Hightower comes away with the board as he tipped it away from Tillman. That could have been a big momentum swing if Wilson hit it, but just missed an easy shot. He's been off it. All crosses over from the left wing. Passes out for Hightower, 16 on the clock. Dickson shot fake, right wing. Fires the deep 2 instead, too strong. Rebound for Swint in the near corner. And Goldey-Beacom. Heel left wing on the blow by to the hoop, partially blocked by McWade. Hightower comes away with the board. It's a jump ball. Possession arrow is for Goldey-Beacom as Tillman got his hands in there. Jesse Balser wants a foul call, but he won't get it. 63-49. Griffins on top, 6:30 to go in the second half, but if there's one team in this conference that knows large leads are not insurmountable, it's the Griffins. Swint on the drive, gets it to go high off glass with the left hand as he drove in from the left wing. Ball out of bounds on the inbounds, and it was off of Keel last as he went for the steal in the near corner. Now a 12-point game, Griffins on top, 6:21 to go. In the second half, let's see if the Griffins can execute down the stretch. Ball will sit. Demetrius Isaac back in. Hightower to inbound, does so to Toplin, 65 feet away. He goes right back for Hightower. Now Dickson, near side in the backcourt, and he crosses the timeline right to left. Splits the double, middle of the floor, and he'll dribble all the way around the floor and kill some clock. Isaac holds at the logo, drives left on lane, cut off, 12 on the clock, keeps his dribble, finds Dickson deep right wing, goes left, lost the ball, saves it. 6 on the clock between the circles, jacks a deep 3, too short. Wilson couldn't come away with the board, and Hightower saves it. A fresh 30 for the Griffins. Big offensive board by Hightower. Score holds at 63-51. 5:40 to go on a running clock. Isaac right wing. Heel out on him, 10 on the clock. Griffins taking a lot of time. Toplin free throw line. Hightower left wing, drives right into the lane. Too strong on the reverse. And then a foul underneath on the rebound. It'll go against Goldey-Beacom.
It's almost another one on Tillman. That could have been bad for Goldey-Beacom.
That would have been his 4th. Instead, it's on Swint, which will send Toplin to the line for a 1-and-1. Toplin, excellent free throw shooter, 84.6%. You don't expect it out of a big guy, least of all a freshman. Now Tate back in the game for Goldey-Beacom. Line drive attempt by the lefty. Toplin is good on the first. Stretches the lead back to 13. Second rims out, a little bit too strong. 64-51, 5:24 to go in the second half. Griffins on top, trying to hold on to this big lead. Leading wire to wire as Swint threw it off of the official and it went out of bounds. Hit a Griffin in there somewhere on the far side, and it stays with Goldey-Beacom. Far side, Tate will inbound. It's Wilson between the circles, Toplin on him. Around the screen, it's Tate, right corner, works left. Hightower on him, Wilson between the circles. Has a screen, doesn't use it, goes right instead, rejected but a foul. Toplin and Hightower both got a hand on the ball, but one of them got a hand on Wilson apparently. That will send Wilson to the line for 2. Wilson going to the line where he is a 74% free throw shooter. He struggled today. Comes in averaging over 16 per game as he hits the first free throw. That gives him 9. He was shut out in the first half. Now Tillman sits. Cooper back in. Wilson at the line for the second. 64-52, 5:05 to go. In regulation. Lot on the line here. Griffins trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. So is Goldey-Beacom for that matter. Griffins can tie Goldey-Beacom for 4th place. As Hightower takes a timeout on the inbounds. With the win, the Griffins can tie Goldey-Beacom for 4th place in the CACC North. They come in a game back. Goldey-Beacom pressing as they pretty much have to, down 11. After Wilson makes both free throws, and Hightower smartly, the senior, instead of risking a turnover, might as well burn the timeout, and he did. Now Jesse Bollister will diagram an inbounds play. With his team up 64-53, 5:05 to go. In the second half, Chestnut Hill still shooting 50%. It's kind of funny. This game has been almost the polar opposite of game 1 between the two teams, where Griffins shot around 35% and Goldey-Beacom shot 50%, but the Griffins had the rebound edge. Here, Goldey-Beacom has the rebound edge, but the Griffins have the shooting percentage and turnover edge. So everything in reverse, and not surprisingly because of it, the Griffins on top.
Very strange game.
Yeah.
Not often you see Chestnut Hill just dominate absolutely through the entire game like this.
To my knowledge, at least, they have not led wire to wire in the game, which is what they're in the midst of right now. Most of their wins have been hard-fought, generally come-from-behind affairs.
And they fought really hard today.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not saying they haven't, but
they're just making it
the come-from-behind part.
Yeah, the come-from-behind part.
Hightower, dangerous pass, middle of the floor in the front court. Isaac able to save it. It was nearly tipped by Tate. Isaac crosses over on Tate all the way to the hoop, and he finished with the right hand as he was going out of bounds. He lost the ball, recovered, and just flipped it up over his shoulder, basically, with the right hand as he went out of bounds. Everything going Chestnut Hill's way. Wilson trying to barrel his way in, rejected by Toplin. Dickson saves it. And it goes to the Griffins. That's the initial indication. Let's see if they change it. The officials don't seem sure. But it will go to the Griffins. Dixon was able to throw it off of Wilson as he went out of bounds. 66-53, Griffins on top, 4:28 to go. Goldey-Beacom will press. Lane playing Isaac all the way up court. Isaac beats the press. Right to left, middle of the floor, and a foul on Lane. That will send Isaac to the line for a 1-and-1. First on Lane. 9th on Goldey-Beacom. So one more, and it's double bonus time already for the Griffins, which is not good news for Goldey-Beacom. Free throws will almost certainly play a big role in this game down the stretch as the Griffins try to nurse this lead, up 13. Elijah Tillman back in, now is a double-double, 12 and 10. But he hasn't scored in the second. Isaac hits the first. The Griffins, now 7 of 15 from the line. Not ideal, but it hasn't come back to bite them. Now that percentage a bit better, back to 500, 8 of 16 as Isaac hits the second. 68-53, Chestnut Hill on top, 4:15 to go. In regulation, Tate deep left wing. Dancing on Hightower into the lane in traffic, rejected by Hightower as he drove at 2 men. Dickson right to left. Far side, Isaac trying to draw the foul. They come with a double. But Isaac worms his way out of it and gets the handoff for Hightower. Near side, Isaac will back out, 40 feet away. In the middle of the floor, he drives on Wilson, kicks for McWade a 3, got it. And McWade red hot from downtown. In the right corner he hits. 71-53, largest lead of the game at 18 for the Griffins, under 4 to play. And Swint barreled over Ed McWade on his way to the hoop. And everything is going the Griffins' way. With the bucket here, they can stretch it to 20 points. Ed McWade now with a game-high 19. His career high is 21. He's done that 4 times today. Or not today, this year. Most recently against Bloomfield, and now a foul 90 feet from the hoop. It was Cooper on Hightower. That might have been by design, as Hightower has struggled from the line this year. 2 of 5 from the line today. He's now 1 board away from his first double-double of the year. 10 points, 8 of them in the first 5 minutes of the game. Way off on the first. 10 points, 9 boards, and 4 assists for Hightower, who, as usual, does it in a multitude of ways. Double bonus for the Griffins, so they'll be shooting 2 from here on out on every foul. Second no good, too. Let's see if they go to a hack of Hightower here. That might be the plan for Goldie. It's Tate, left wing. Working on top when Griffins up 18. 3:20 to go. Corner Wilson. Kicked by Hightower as he tried to feed Keel inside. So we'll stay with Goldey-Beacom. Shot clock does not reset on the kickball. 15 on the clock. Off the lob, Wilson finishes the alley-oop. Lane found him right off the inbounds. That's an emphatic dunk. But unfortunately for Goldey-Beacom, they're still down 16. Right wing, Isaac in traffic. He was tripled and now fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. 16-point game. Isaac at the line for 2. 3:01 to go. In the ball game. Griffins, if they hold on here, will improve to 5 and 6 in conference as Isaac comes up short on the first. Goldey-Beacom will fall to 5 and 6. 2 teams would be in a tie for 4th place. Both 2 games up on Georgian court. Second good from Isaac. He splits that pair. 72-55, 3:01 to go. In the ball game, it's Lane. Left to right. And off for Tate. Deep left wing. Works right around a Tillman screen. Goes inside. Can't finish. Tillman the follow. And now a timeout. Timeout taken by Goldey-Beacom. 30-second timeout. So we'll keep it here. 72-57. Griffins on top by 15. 2:50 to go. In the ball game, Chestnut Hill looking to snap a 2-game losing streak. They lost their last 2 in conference on the road. 82-80 against Bloomfield Friday in a game where they trailed by 22. Nearly came all the way back, had 2 chances to tie when they were down 3. And then the final score of 2 was actually the closest they'd been all game, really, or at least the closest they'd been since the opening moments of the game. This time doing it in a different way. They've led throughout, wire to wire so far. Hightower to inbound. Out of the timeout, it's McWade. Middle and 4, 90 feet away from the hoop. McWade bring it up toward himself. Now he's doubled, looking for help, and finds Dickson across the timeline near side. Trying to draw the charge was Wilson, but he's called for the block instead. So that will send Dickson to the line for 2, not the guy that they want to send to the line. Dickson, 12 points in this game, 5 of 14 from the field, 2 of 8 from downtown, making 13 points. So this would be one of his lowest scoring outputs in quite some time, but this has been the rare occasion where the Griffins haven't needed him to be heroic. Second good as well.
Yeah, Dickson's been acting more as a facilitator with 5 assists today, all on some nice shots.
74-57. He's on top. Tillman left block, can't finish, but he's fouled by McWade.
Edward McWade
spun over his right shoulder, went with a push shot in the lane. And McWade fouled him, 8th team foul on the Griffins. Tillman at the line, 4-2. Tillman hasn't scored in the second until now. It's the first free throw. I beg your pardon, he did have one bucket, now has 15. That leads Goldey-Beacom, 15 and 11 for Elijah Tillman. Second is too strong, rebound for Wilson, goes back up and finishes through the heavy contest. Wilson, very athletic and bouncy, although he struggled today. Now 14-point game, 2:20 to go. In the second half, Isaac beats the press right to left, and whistle comes in. I think the shot clock reset, or started running too quickly. There's only 17 on it. Yeah, that was the issue there. Get it back to 21, so the shot clock started too quickly. Now Tillman will sit. Cooper back in. Hightower inbound, far side in front of the stands in the front court. Gets it in for Dickson, deep right wing. Lobs it for Isaac between the circles. 15 on the shot clock, but the Griffins in no hurry here. Isaac being hounded by Tate. Drives left, cut off. 8 on the clock, it's Dickson, left wing, crosses over on Tate. Forces it up, too strong from 12. Topham keeps it alive. Now Hightower saves it. And it's a fresh 34, the Griffins. McWade almost went back up with a 3, but Jesse Balser leapt out of his seat on the bench and was yelling for him to pass back out and kill some clock. Isaac at the free throw line finds Hightower with the jam. 2 hands for safety, Noel Hightower right of the hoop. 76 to 60, 1:30 to go. Griffins on top, Wilson straight on 3, too strong on the high arc. Rebound for Hightower. That's his 10th board, so Noel Hightower now has his first double-double of the year. Dickson running in circles. Middle of the floor, tries to feed Toplin inside, taken away by Keel. Here comes Lane left to right as we come up on a minute to play. Griffins up 16. Keel straight on a 3. Off to the right. McWade with the board. It's Isaac. Right to left with under a minute to play. In the ball game, 76-60, Griffins lead. Isaac splits the double team, but with 18 on the clock. Griffins can kill some clock, don't have to be in any rush here, and Goldey-Beacom will not try to foul and prolong the game. They see the writing on the wall. Isaac crosses over in the lane, forces it up. Air ball, rebound for Cooper. 35 on the game clock, it's Wilson up ahead to the hoop, lays it in. On the fast break. 76-62. 2-second difference between shot and game clock. 28 on the game clock. Dickson will dribble over to the near side. Griffins will have to take a shot here, or they could just run it out and give the ball to Goldie with 2 seconds on the clock. 10 on the game clock. Isaac will hold far side, and it looks like the Griffins will just run it out. Now Isaac starts to get moving. 2 on the clock, lost the ball. That's a shot clock violation. 1.9 on the clock, and Goldie will just inbound the ball, and then that will do it. Griffins will come out of this one with a 76-62 lead, or win. And come up with perhaps their most clutch win of the year at the buzzer. Nearly hitting a half-court shot was Tate. Not that it would have mattered anyway. Would have just padded the stats a bit, but that's it. Griffins win this one, 76-62, leading wire to wire. One of their most impressive, if not their most impressive win of the year, as they led wire to wire on their home court, and they come up, Nick, with what is just a massively important win.
Oh, huge win for Chestnut Hill, especially the men's team being able to climb back and tie 4th now in the standings. Now it's just about taking the momentum from today's win going into the next game, and it's really how they got off to a good lead here. They got off to a nice little bit of momentum with Hightower being aggressive on the boards and the fast breaks and the layups.
With yellow trim,